Hello, so good evening and welcome, and yeah, I'm doing this live. So yeah, hello, it's Scott Manley here, and today we are going to be looking at a game called Opus Magnum. It is a game of programming, it is a game of elemental transformation, it is alchemists applied to Shenzhen IO, and to be honest, it's another Zachtronics game. And as you know, he's done this for a long time. Previously, we had Space Camp, but we also had the College of Alchemical Engineering. So this is what we're doing. We have ZP Drummer, Alkali, and Bus 1000 in the chat saying, hey, hi, and hola. Oh, also, Wonderful Cheese says, hello. Congratulations on your appointment to the position of head alchemist for the House Van Tassem. I am very pleased to see you find a position in line with your talent and abilities. As you prepare to leave the academic life, I want to offer a word of advice. The politics of the city are much harsher and more dangerous than those of the academy. You are a singularly gifted talent, and I would hate to see you get caught up in these conflicts. The alchemist's place is not to sink to the level of those around us, but to rise above them in service of our art. Best of luck to you. Nadine Tolomeo, Professor and Chair, College of Alchemical Engineering, Imperial University. So I get a little bit of story. I'm introduced to the Alchemist Workshop, House Van Tassem, Concordia Lem. I'm not sure who that is. Should you buy the iPhone X if you want, but you might have to wait. That's all I'm saying. I think it looks like an awesome device. Certainly it's the newest and shiniest Apple phone. When did I move on from space games? I've always been playing these games. It is a nightmare. Armand kept on going through his old stories about honor and righteousness. Lady Van Tassem looks like she's embalmed. Frederick spilled food down the front of his shirt. Oh, what a brave man you are, surviving a formal dinner. It really is difficult, though. I can't stand the stuffiness. Armand didn't remember my name. Captain Gelt had to prompt him several times. To be fair, you started only recently. Yes, I suppose it's too much to ask. Such a complicated, burdensome thing to remember one single name. The name of your new alchemist. The one who graduated at the top of his class from the College of Alchemical Engineering. Antaeus. See, you remember the name just fine. I think Armand would know my name, keeping in mind I've been here my whole life. Maybe next time you can go in my place. He might not even realize it's a different person. Huh, alchemist, provisioner, which are you again? Yes. You'll get us into trouble. I've been doing this for years. Okay, so now we have to actually... So what we've got is... This is an odd first project. I feel like someone's having a laugh at my expense. You've been asked to transform lead into gold, stone, yes. Yes, apparently there's an old Van Tassem lead mine. Wouldn't it be better if it produced gold instead? Although it'd suck for the miners who'd be getting lead dust. So yeah, let's start building this. So what you have are glyphs that transform stuff. What do you do? Oh, that's interesting. You keep dropping stuff on, and it transforms it and eventually produces gold. Okay. So we have the glyph of projection. This is it here, right? And then we need the elemental quicksilver, elemental lead. So yeah, I can have this thing here. Actually, I could have this thing here. There we go, you see? And just have it run in a sequence. So what this is going to do is drop it on there. But I'll just do it with the short arms to start with. So we'll start it here. And what it will do is pick up. And then it will rotate. And then it'll drop, right? There, see? And then it will reset. See? And it might need to do that quite a bit. Then you can shoot people with gold bullets. Of course you can. I guess I can rotate this thing around. Now, the other side, this is lead. Now, here's my transformation rules. So we start with lead, quicksilver. Lead goes to tin, iron, copper, silver, gold. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that is going to take some time. This is... Is this Harry Potter? Almost certainly, yeah. Yeah. So. Okay, so what we're going to do here... Start this here. And this is going to, of course, pick up the item. It's going to rotate. And does it need to drop it? I think it can just hold it there, right? But the thing is, this is going to have to repeat itself several times, right? So it's going to reset. And then I need to loop this like 6 times, did we say? So that's like 1, 2... Hold on. So we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is not the fastest solution I'm going for. I'm just going for a solution that works. So that's 5 times. And then this will be ready. So it should finally be able to move the gold out. So it's still holding it. So it'll press D. And we need to put the gold here. So we'll just rotate that around. Drop it. And then we'll reset, right? So this should work, right? But this will not be the best solution. Let's try it. There, see that? Transforming. And we made gold! Yes! So this is it. This is totally Harry Potter. Did Harry Potter do that? Can you use fusion to make gold in real life? Yes, but it's not very efficient. What you really want to do is use the R process, which is the rapid process. What happens is you're just hammering these nuclei with tons and tons and tons of neutrons, and they absorb them faster than they can handle. They undergo radioactive decay really quickly, but eventually you end up with heavy things like gold forming. So actually we did not too bad. We got the smallest area. We did terrible in cycles and terrible on cost. So let's return to menu, and we'll try to optimize for cost. We'll try and make the cheapest item possible, right? So new solution. I'm going to rename that to cost, right? Which will probably be cheapest in area as well. Rename solution. So let's try and do this slightly faster. Maybe in the Aladenta area soon. What? Altadena area? Would I be able to meet and talk about elite? Where's the Altadena area? I'm curious. I'm sorry. Ashikiriana. I have no idea what that area is you're talking about. Let's be clear. So let's actually build it around this transformation thing again. You've never heard of this game? This is by Zachtronics. So Pasadena is 400 miles from me, right? I live in San Francisco. So I paid a visit to Los Angeles last week, and that's how I ended up in JPL in Pasadena. So sorry, that's not going to help. It's closer than some parts of the world for sure, but it's a long way from San Francisco. It's a long way to San Francisco. It's a long... So yeah, this is what we'll do. We'll do this here. Let's just try and do it in a single thing, right? Wait a second. I'm just trying to think if there's a way for me to move all these things over, but I guess not. I was thinking I could just rotate it around, but not good. Working on my flying saucer. You working in the flying saucer? No, I'm choosing not to work there because I like my commute to the Bay Area. Yeah, I think there's many solutions. What I'm trying to think of is there a way to do this with one arm without using a piston, but I think I have to use a piston for this to avoid the parts, bumping into things. So I'll do that. Start that there. That's lead, and I'll pull it in, and then rotate, and then eventually kick it out, right? So this should be a smaller area, right? I think. Actually, I could do this here, right? Oh, wait a second. Now I think about it. Yeah, yeah, I shouldn't actually need this. Yeah, I should be able to do it with this, right? So what I do... Okay, so yeah, let's do the sequence here, right? Is we do F to pick this up, and then rotate, and then it has to drop it. So that's R to release. And then we rotate 2 points. Then we grab this F, and then we rotate back. No, only back once. Release, back, pick up. So I got to repeat this section, right? This section needs to be repeated. Is there a way to copy this if I select these? Repeat section. No. Hold on. No, that's repeating the whole thing. How? If I can select a whole part, is there a way to copy it? When do I stream KSP? Not tonight. Because I'm playing this because I've got everything already sorted. Show ghost atoms. What's this? Will show the atoms present when you last stop the transmutation engine. Okay, well, never mind. I guess I'm going to have to do this 5 times. So let's do this. F. That's 3, 4, 5. Right, and then I'll just go. And then R, and then it needs to go back, which is A. But here, instead of going back, it's actually going to continue 1 over, and then it'll pick that up, and then rotate, and then drop. And then it resets, which is C. Let's see how this runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we get gold. Oh, excellent. You see that? Control drag copies. Thank you, Fooms. That is very, very helpful. So now I should have this. It's not going to be the fewest number of cycles, but it should be the cheapest machine possible because it's only got 1 arm, and it should be the smallest area possible, right? I love watching these things work. Excellent. So I beat my best. So I actually did best cost and best area now. Isn't that typically what happens? It's an alchemical version of Factorial. No, it's an alchemical version of Space Chem. Okay, so actually, that was cost. I should ditch this one because look, cheaper cost, smaller area. So I'm going to keep that around. I'm going to create a new one where I'm trying to go for the minimum number of cycles, right? So let's rename this to cycles. I mean, I could like try and make the story go forwards, but I kind of like to find optimal solutions for these things. Open early on. What are we doing? We are playing Opus Magnum. So yeah, I think what we need to do is optimize this. Is there a way that I can push lots of stuff onto the thing? So let me just see. This is the glyph. It's a version of the Codex of Alchemical Engineering. That is absolutely correct, right? So what we want to do is avoid this thing sitting around for long periods of time. I guess what I'm wondering is if I just roll this over there, does it... Yeah, let's try something here. Can I build a rail and put lots of things on it? Where's the rails? Rail, yeah, track. Let's just drag this down, and we'll drag this in this direction. So I'm just going to try something here. Oh, no, don't want to do that. Do this. So what we're going to need is Quicksilver. Oh, only lets me have 1 Quicksilver. Oh, okay, well, so much for that. Forget this. I thought I could have like a track with a ton of them that would like just run over it and drop everything, but that's not going to work. So let's try this thing instead again. So this just is going to do, in a fast loop, it's going to do pick up and then rotate. Now I'm wondering if that stuff appears right away, will it work? And then the next thing I need to have is elemental lead and a spinny thing, and the spinny thing will start there, and we'll have the thing here and drop that out, right? So this one is going to have to grab, and then that, and then it's just going to have to hold it there, right? So here's the question. Can I do... Okay. There. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this needs to finish up, so it needs to rotate one more time, and then it needs to drop. And then everything needs to be reset, right? Actually, this one doesn't need to be reset because this just runs in a loop, right? So, C. Let's see what happens here when I play this. Oh, yeah, they smash into each other. Ah! Okay, so... Okay, let's see if I can move this somewhere. I think that might work instead. Okay, so apparently I need to drop. Okay, so much for that. I do actually need to force a drop between each term. So that, and then control drag. Thank you for the control drag tip. There we go. And then just drag these things and slip them out here, and then see how it runs. Okay. So I wonder how I'm going to do in cycles here. You think I should have some Mozart playing in the background for this? Right, so that's pretty good in cycles, but you know how I can make this better? Right, is, hold on, like, open? Now wait, I can only pick in one reagent, that's the only thing. I was thinking I could have like 2 different places delivering stuff to this, right? And there's only one place I could, like, if there was a way I could do this faster. So I guess I could have like 2 different things running, and I'm trying to think how to do this. I'm really thinking hard here. Boy, it's really sticky. So from the same guys that made that ascent. It's the same, yes, it's from Zachtronics, the guys that invented Minecraft before Minecraft, if you remember. Maybe you don't remember, but I remember. See, what I'm trying to think is there a way that I can have... Okay, I know what I need to do, right? Or I think I have an idea of what I can do, right? Yeah, actually, here's an idea. Okay, this is a concept. Like, watch me fail big time. So this thing, obviously, number one is this handle here. So it needs to grab, and then it needs to rotate, and then it just needs to sit there, right? This one, number 2, needs to grab, and then rotate, and then drop. But now, as soon as this one rotates, right, this one can rotate as well. So actually, these things... hold on. This one is going to rotate that way. Whereas this one needs to rotate the opposite direction, right? So it should rotate into that square where it can pick one up. And then these things can rotate again, right? This is my cunning plan, right? Where did you find an Enclave iBot and why are you using it as a microphone? Because, have you not heard the amazing sound quality that we get from the engineers? You know what? I think I've got this wrong. I think I should use this. Might be even better. Oh, but that's going to start there. How can I move this somewhere? I'm going to... Oh, you know what? I could do... I do this with a piston, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a piston. So it then never gets close to this. This is the thing. These things I want spinning in kind of synchronization, so they're going to run interleaved. Is there a way? Is there a rotate further than one space? Yeah, there is. It's called the... Oh, you know what I can do, actually? Yeah, look. Duh. Let's just have a piston like this. Won't even have a rotate. Actually, no, I will need a rotate, won't I? Because I have to move it over this spot. Never mind. I'll do this. I shall continue with this. So, we've changed all our numbers. Is there an easy way to reassign these things? Let's do this. Okay. So, number 3 will pick up, it will extend, and then it will wait. And this thing, number 1, will immediately grab, and then it'll rotate this way, whereas this one will rotate this way, right? I don't know if this is more satisfying than Space Chem, but I tell you what, I am excited to find out. Click on the number on the timeline and drag it up and down. Okay, well that's fine. Thank you, Aperture Science, for telling me how to do this. So you see how I'm interleaving these motions, right? This is my cunning plan. 1, 2. So now we need to let go here, and we need to grab here. So 1, 2, 3, again 1, 2, and then F, R. So that's grabbing number 4. And finally, we'll be dropping this and grabbing number 5. Rotate, rotate. Oh, man. And then we need to... We don't want to grab this time, actually, because we want this to be empty. We want this one to release. And then we need both of these to rotate one more unit. Meanwhile, this thing has been released at this moment. This needs to now rotate because it should have the thing in there. So rotate, release, and then reset. Let's see how this happens. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, is that not brilliant? Magic. I wonder if this is anywhere close to the kind of cycle count that I want. It's getting close. So I beat my best, but somebody's done even better. This is... Now I'm wondering, how do I make it even faster? Continue editing. So the obvious thing to do here is to ditch the reset, maybe? I don't know, why am I not doing this? Why would I just... Here, we'll do one of these and we'll start it like that. So then it rotates, and drops. Duh. Okay, so that's the first way I can fix this. So on this one, we do a grab, then we rotate, and we sit there. And at this moment, we then rotate and we release. And then we're in our reset position. So that should actually improve our cycle count, right? Do I still dabble in Eve? I mostly pay attention to Eve. Ah, okay. Made a slight error there, I think, because this needs one more rotation before it goes. So we need a total of 3 rotations in this. Or, yeah, again, ditch this and use a 3.1. F, rotate, and then at this point we rotate and release. Okay, let's see how that works. Now, so here, there's some wasted cycles, right? We're getting it down there. Now 78, but I can still do better, right? Continue editing. So, while this is happening, could I queue up another one by copying all this? Is there a way I can move more stuff on there? I think you need one cycle to move. So this is going as fast as it's going to go. But I might be able to save some cycles here. Why is this sitting out here? Hey, Ken's Crazy Games obviously thinks that Opus Magnum is a crazy game. Also, Cap MS has just subscribed. You subscribed for 3 months in a row, Cap Miss. And Ken's Crazy Games. Thanks for watching this. I honestly, I love Zach's games. Zach does real. They really make my brain go in a circle and make me work hard on things. And I do have a deep love for this stuff. But yeah, this is gonna be cool. Okay, so here's the question: can I? Zachtronic games are fantastic. So I guess what I'm wondering is if I grab here and just like loop this cycle, can I make things go faster? I mean, at this point, can it do like another grab? So it'll grab the... No, actually here... Oh, sorry. I mean, I could put like a 6-way on there, and then it'll be ready to drop the next one, right? So I could potentially try this, right? So again, we do a grab, and then a rotate, and then a wait, and then we'll do another grab, right? So that means as soon as this one picks up and rotates into position, right? So this has just dropped it, and then the next one here rotates, and so these two rotate into position. Let's see what happens. I wonder actually if we do like a release here, does that work? Okay. Oh, you know what? That's going to fail because if I have this cycle in here, it's going to drop that. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a better way to do it, right? So the problem is dropping this is going to end up dropping this item, which then means I need to immediately pick it up again. And that kind of messes up my cycle a bit. Well, I could just copy this though, right? I wonder how that'll work. Let's just see. Oh yeah, we get a collision because this item doesn't come on here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave this for now. I guess I can undo what I had to... There, I had the three-way solution. I think that one worked, right? It is so beautiful. But I didn't quite finish it. What did I forget to do here? What did I forget at this point? Oh yeah, this extra pickup is unnecessary, right? Yeah, I guess what I could do is at least interleave this first step. Yes, we have an extra instruction here. I'm not sure what that's all about, to be honest. It looks like the instruction counts must be getting down to the 60s even. Tell you. Oh, it's so nice. It's so hypnotic. Okay, let's just leave this for now. Let's find the next part of the story. We made refined gold. Ooh, wow! Face powder, waterproof sealant, hangover cure, airship fuel, and precision machine oil. Have you seen Lady Van Tassen lately? A few days ago, why? Did you notice how pale her face is? Oh, she's well known for her pallor. Why, did someone ask you to do something about it? Armand himself did. It seems it's gotten worse lately. People are whispering about her health. That's unfortunate. The lady hasn't had an easy time of things. I'd hate to see her slandered on top of all of it. Of it all. Okay, so face powder. So we gotta refine some sort of chemical. So face powder is made of this, which this is elemental earth, and this is the salt, I believe. So to make the salt, I can only have one source of this. Okay, so let's figure out where we're gonna do everything. Yeah, so to convert the salt, I believe you use this. So you move the object over it, and it works. So I'm going to figure out how to lay things out here. Okay, and then... wait a second. Sorry, we got to bond these together, don't we? That's what I'm getting wrong here. I'm going to make a small area version first, right? So this will be... Okay, so there we go. So what do we do? Instructions are to grab, and then we rotate left, and then we drop, and then we rotate right, rotate... Oh, actually, we don't pick that up just yet. We pick that up, then we rotate right over this. Right, right, right. And that should put us here. That should be bonded. And then we rotate left, left. And then we release. And then we reset. Let's see how that works. There we go. See that? Beautiful. No reply again. What game do you play, Scott Manley, sir? The game we are playing is Opus Magnum. It is a puzzle game from Zachtronics. I totally want to optimize the cycles, but I just want to go to the next puzzle. This should help the lady's face look less pale, though it's quite a superficial solution, yes. Well, it's quite a superficial pastime, this game-playing thing. Who can really say what troubles the Lady Van Tassen? It's not for us to know. Have you heard her speak? She didn't say a word during the dinner I went to. She's a vampire! I remember her speaking to me once or twice when I was a child. Odd. Just another one of the many Van Tassen mysteries, I suppose. One gets used to them after a while. Waterproof sealant. Do you know much about ships, Concordia? Our merchant fleet delivers goods from overseas about once a month. Why? Captain Gelt told me they used to have some kind of substance they put in the hulls so they don't rot. I don't know anything about it. Have you ever been on a ship? I haven't. No, you? Not at all. It sounds ghastly being tossed around in the ocean, then getting eaten by sea monsters. I'm not at all sure. I'm not sure all sea voyages are like that. Enough of them are. Yes, enough of the sea voyages ended up being eaten by the Kraken. Ooh, the glyph of multi-bonding. It can create up to 3 bonds at once. Magic. Okay, so what have we got? So we got to create this thing here, right? This is the product. What the hell was that? That's a very odd sound that happened there. It was the vibration thing in one of the controllers for some reason went off, and I've no idea why. So actually, so we have the default stuff here, and we're only allowed 1 of each, right? So actually, yeah, let's do that and that. So on this one, we are gonna grab, rotate. Actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to do it with this. I'm going to grab... no, wrong. Grab, rotate, grab, rotate, and then we're going to release, right? So that should put these 2 in place. Whereas on this side, we're just going to need a single item to do... Oh, wait a second, I'm doing the multi-bonding thing wrong. What a moron. What a moron. And that means I can't put that there, can I? Curses! So much for my cunning plan. We'll need a little bit more thinking going on. So hold on, I need to have... There we go. I guess we'll just do it in this direction instead. There we go. Just change my whole thing. So grab that, rotate, rotate. And then that should keep us reset. So we should have 2 objects in here. Meanwhile, this one will... It better work when it's released. Okay, so this will drop... this will grab. And then it'll rotate. And then it'll wait until this is finished. And then it'll rotate one more time. And this thing should be here. And that should work, right? And everything should be back in a start position. Let's try that. Okay, it didn't bond. Why didn't it bond? Second step. Grab. Why didn't it grab a second time? Oh, it can only grab one thing at a time? I always... Yeah. So I thought that when you grabbed, it would actually grab 2 things at once. But clearly that's not what happens here. So I guess this is the way to do it instead, because I have to do it 1 object at a time. So it does a grab, it does rotate, rotate, and then yeah, in fact, no, we're going to need one of these instead. Because otherwise what it'll do is it'll pick up the thing that I just dropped there, and I don't want that to happen just yet. rotate, rotate, release, rotate, grab, rotate, release, and then this thing needs to go that way, and then release. Let's see how... Oh, wait a second. And this thing gets to there, and so it needs to actually rotate backwards so that it's in a start position again. Okay, didn't quite get that right. There we go. You can't grab if you're holding already, but you can release and grab multiple at once. Right, but they only let me have... Okay, so we did crap on everything there, right? Continue editing. So what you're saying is... So what we're saying here is if I bring this up, I can do a grab, rotate, release, grab, rotate, release. And that puts me back to the start position. And then I should be able to do the rotate and everything. There, okay, see that. I have no idea how people get it to cost that little. They're just great at it, obviously. Okay, so I've got... I think I can probably improve on the area of this thing, right? Man, how can I reduce the number of cycles? Okay, I'm gonna come out of this. Should I... What do you people prefer? Do you prefer that I try to optimize specific solutions? Low cost, you mean put everything right next to each other and have one piston arm do everything very slowly? Yes. Or, so, yeah, do you feel that you want me to try and improve on my solutions? With this sealant ready, the fleet should soon be ready to set sail again and bring back, well, whatever it brings. Probably sea monsters. They're loaded with all kinds of things. Cloth, pottery, mineral ores, rare herbs, strange stones, alchemy, sometimes even animals. What about sea monsters? Sounds like a good business. I'm not sure those contracts were drawn up centuries ago. I think it depends on the puzzle, but most of the time different solutions will optimize for each of the things. So let's see if we can optimize for cost. Optimizing cycles takes too much time, in your humble opinion. So I mean, I guess optimizing for cost. Right, you put one of these things here, right? The piston arm. Okay, actually, let's do this. Don't spoil it with great answers. Honest or humble opinion. That's true, yeah. That's a good point. So here's the question. Can I put stuff down temporarily in here? Let's just say I roll it around. Let's do this, right? Yeah, I did a thing called Shenzhen IO, which is basically the same thing. Let's just try this, see if I can make it work with these minimum parts, right? I've looked at Factorio in the past, but it's not something that I've been particularly good at doing, let's say. Grab, rotate, extend, release, contract, rotate, grab, rotate, and now those should be bonded together. So now I need to extend. And put that somewhere. You have a friend that plays Factorio non-stop. So I think I can do that. So I'll have pushed this all the way. Oh, you know what I could do actually? Hold on. So wait a second. Pick this up, move that way. I'm going to actually now release, extend, grab. And now I'm going to extend again. So that pushes that out. And then I'm going to rotate this way, and then release. Let's see if that gets us where we need to go. Right, so I can drop that there. And then I can go and get this, right? This is my cunning plan. This looks different. More programming, you betcha. Radio Manly coming to you live from smoky San Francisco. Okay, so we got this up here. We need to retract it twice. Retract it. Are you like a dev or something? I'm a software. I'm an Alchemist developer, obviously. I'm trying to do it with one set of instructions. So I've dropped that. Now I need to go and grab that. So released it. Oh, man, brain power farting failing. Right, so wait a second. I release it, so I need to extend, rotate, grab. So now I've grabbed this up here, and now if I rotate it back, it'll end up here, which doesn't actually help me. I need to bond. Oh yeah, so what I do is I rotate it that way. And then I contract it, and now I should be holding this thing around the middle. So I'll release it. Oh, this is funny. Maybe I should put this here. There we go. That might be the better option. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete all this. I don't know how far we'd got. So wait a second. Retreat. Rotate back. Pick up. Rotate. And so now we should be holding this here. So I'm going to slide it out to release. Let's see how that works. Okay, and then drop that there. Great. Okay, so that's us back to where we were. Release that. Now contract, rotate, grab, rotate, release. They have an in-game browser sorely for mods. What are we talking about? So I'm going to release that there, and now I'm going to extend, grab, and then I'm going to rotate, then contract, and then extend, and release, and then reset. Let's see how this works. Oh, I need two extends there. Hold on. Wait a second. So rotate. Hold on. You guys need to go. You guys need to move over one so I can put one more extend in here. Let's try that now. Death Scretin? Oh. That didn't quite work as I intended. This is totally not working the way I intended, is it? I think this may not be what I intended to do with it. Okay, so wait a second. What happened? So should I? I'm just saying. Maybe I've made a mistake here. It's okay apparently to do this. Hold on. So hold on. Extend. And then I should just be able to rotate and release. Right? Right, and then come back. So I thought you needed to have the stuff dropped on an area that you were working on, right? That's what I was saying, right? That was my thing. I thought you couldn't drop stuff on an area without using it. Okay, so got that. Roll back, rotate, grab, rotate, and now we've got it. And now forward, release, and reset. Let's try that. Okay, duh. That's what I was doing. How do you pronounce Syzyzig? You pronounce it Syzyzig, obviously. Syzyzig. I mean, it's SZYZ, you know, SZYZYG, right? Or SZYZYG, depending. Wait, so people have done it in lower area. Okay, how do you... I thought I would be very close to the small area. So how do you decrease the area? Actually, let me just try something. Area is 8 right now, right? Yeah, you see that? When you use these extra spaces, it becomes part of the solution. Okay. So the area includes area that you're actually using for stuff. So because I'm storing this here, it becomes a problem. So maybe if I put that there, is there a way that I can then drop my solution onto that? I have the cost high score, but that's fine. But I think area is what I'm going for right now. Alternatively, I mean, as long as I put something there, right, it should be acceptable. If you hold down 2 while you are running, it will show you the area. Aha, right, so there... Oh, wait a second. Hold on. So while running... Yeah, so it shows you the area that's being used, right? So I need to put this in a better place. I need to actually take advantage. See, I was on the right track. People were like, oh, I think you're overcomplicating things. And you know what? I was. But clearly there were options. So the problem is that this can't reach any of these squares. It can only reach the squares running along here. So hold on, if I rotate this again, the problem is if I rotate it, it'll probably use those, right? And it can't collide with these things, so this might not be the best solution. This might not work. See, you know, you're thinking, oh, like area is the easy one. Apparently, it's not as easy as I thought, huh? What's the box on the very right area here? Yeah, products, cost, cycles, area. We're doing fine on cost. So as I push it through these squares, area is super hard. That makes me just want to do it even more. The lowest high score I've seen is like 9. Like if you watch this thing, hold on. Is there a way to make this faster? So because we're using this excess area, it counts. What happens if you don't push the second white one? What? Yeah, look, somebody's got it down in this space here, right? So somebody's definitely doing better than me. Okay, so let's be clear. Just because I've got the high score with my friends, because I don't actually accept many friends on Steam. Let's be clear. No, I'm looking at these high scores. Yeah, these are people that are cool and all that, but you know, they're just goons. Let's come back. Let's go back to the main menu and look for some more stories. Hangover Cure, something which I know all about. Can anyone explain about this Opus Magnum game very briefly? Because I'm new to watch about a game and I don't know about this game. Please explain it briefly. What you are doing is solving puzzles, trying to make chemicals, using alchemy, using the alchemical engine. You are Antaeus Vaya. If I'd known I was to be tasked with curing a hangover... Oh, I bet I know who asked you for that. It was Captain Gelt, wasn't it? How'd you guess? It would be good for him to be at least somewhat functional in the mornings. Yes, it seems prudent for the head of security for the entire house not to be totally incapacitated on a regular basis. Let's not go too far. Okay, let's solve this puzzle. So, products. So again, similar kind of thing. I mean, I guess I could basically do the same thing that I had before, right? See, I could actually literally do exactly the same thing, but I need... Hold on. There's only one reagent this time, right? Now, see, here's the thing. It only lets me pull in one reagent at a time, which is kind of... eh. Okay, so hold on. If I put this here... Have you heard about Skynet being deployed? And I guess they don't get the judgment. What are you talking about, Skynet? You and your silly stuff. I'm just trying to think of the best way to pull stuff out of here. Okay, now I think about it. I need to push this through here, right? So it needs to... But it needs to be able to pass over one of these to, like, change its nature. So I need to figure out how to drop it over that. Hey! Aiden Serenity is, like, cheering! Whatever that means. I don't know this Twitch thing, so I'm just gonna go, yay for Aiden Serenity. Serenity. Yeah. Yes, Saudi Arabia only just recently let its women drive. Now it's making one of its AIs a citizen. Like, you know, way to get your priorities right, Saudi Arabia. I mean, you know, I'm sure... Yeah, I don't know. They've got an interesting record, let's just say, on, you know, human rights and stuff like that. Okay, so let's actually start like this, right? We'll just pop this through in the order that it comes. 100 bits is $1? Really? Oh, you mean I made all that noise for $1? $1! I mean, seriously, that's cool that you guys are doing that. I really appreciate it. It will go... The money, of course, will go to kids' college funds and all sorts of awesome things. So, you know, you'll get to know them. So let's actually start just solving this problem here. So we're going to grab, and then we're going to rotate. And actually, we're going to rotate again because we got to neutralize this. And then we'll rotate back. And then I'll push out, and then we'll release. And then we'll contract, rotate, grab, rotate. That should bond. So then I'll push out, and then we'll rotate, and then we'll release, contract, rotate, grab, rotate, 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 and then push, push, release, and reset. Okay, so I've written that entire program in memory. Let's see what happened from memory. Let's see how far it gets. Oh, wow. Man! Now I gotta make this stuff way more elegant. It is pretty cool. I like the way that works, though. Woo! Aiden! Aiden! Tipping me. Big time. So apparently my area on that was 14. I should make it smaller somehow. Still, 14's a nice area. And I guess the cost was I minimized cost. Cost minimization is super nice. I was just impressed that I managed to write that code from memory. Okay, let's just skip forward so we can get more of this intense plot, because it's really, you know, good to know about people curing hangovers for the head of security staff at a great imperial house. There were days when I could use such a cure myself. Here, have some. Uh-oh, you know what that means. What? This isn't for me. If you get caught, it's fine. There's a secret. My amazing hangover cure is water! Just plain water? Captain Gelt has no idea, but apparently he loves it. It works wonders, he says. That's rather funny. Also, I'll never trust an alchemist again. You shouldn't. Wow! Captain Gelt asked for something to put in the Van Tassen airship. Apparently it's out of fuel. Oh, that old thing. First, I've heard somebody say that old thing in reference to an airship. The last time I remember the airship actually in the air was a celebration for Frederick's birth. Clearly, Frederick disappointed his grandfather so much they never took it out again. Ha! More likely it's simply been out of fuel this whole time. The whole time? Are you serious? After the old head alchemist died, we had an interim one for a while who wasn't great. Okay, it's true. I've seen Doom run on one. Okay, what are you talking about? Yeah, this thing would probably be just fine. Okay, so I can actually have 3 reagents here. This is what I'm trying to make. And I guess I can have 3 of these things. So let's try and do a more complicated solution. I'm wondering if I should use one of these. Here's the thing, I kind of start and there's so many possibilities for things. It's kind of cool. Hydration really does help with hangovers a whole lot. I'm absolutely going to agree on that. Oh man, I'm just trying to think the best way to do this. I'm gonna try and make... Oh man, my brain's immediately running off and like, oh, I should try this. Oh, I should try this. The glyph of equilibrium. I'm gonna put this in here. Not that it does anything I don't think it does anything. Does the glyph do anything? There's a place in Las Vegas you can have them put you on saline and other fluids. Get your hangover done in less than 30 minutes. Yeah. Uh, I wouldn't advise anything like that. I would advise being a sensible consumer of spirits. Okay, so let's just try this. Let's have... how do I get... oh yeah, let's do that. Let's use a piston here. Let's just try and see if I can make this go as fast this time. So we'll have that. It'll push that in. I'll have a piston up here. That'll push... oh, you know what? Actually, I can't have these here because what'll happen is I need to be able to move the completed thing out of here, right? But these could get pushed into the middle. And then I need a way to bond that last item, so hold on. Oh, actually, got to push this in here. Do this. So we've got that, and then we somehow need to flip it around without smashing it. I think I can do that. Okay, hold on. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So yeah, let's start with number one. Does they all pick up, right? F, 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 and then they both all extend, and then number 3 extends again. So that should bond all of these things. These ones should release, right? So this thing is now holding it. It should release as well. And these will retract. I'm going to retract this as well. And I'm going to clear that. So that should get me the first part of this. Right? So now, what I want to do, I think, is grab this here. Yes, so I'll have a thing here that can grab it and then spin it around, right? Oh yeah, I can't have these things collide. Building for speed or area makes the good looking low cost one. You just you basically have a single hydraulic arm doing stuff. So hold on, that like that. Okay, so this one, once this is bonded and these things are, once this is dropped, this one moves. This one moves forwards, and then it picks up. Now this is the hard part. It needs to rotate around here. So I'm going to rotate this way. Let's try that. And then I do 1, 2, 3, and then extract. Rotate, rotate. Oh! Let's see how that works. Ah, yeah, that doesn't work. So these things need to be further away. Because these things need to be able to pull back. And then this whole section needs to be here. Hold on. You actually need to be there. That's more like it. Do you walk or push your body? What are you talking about? Why did these things loop around? I did not mean for that to happen. Also, clearly I have got this wrong. Anyone here have Infinifactory? I have Infinifactory. I have all of Zach's games. They are all fantastic. I actually especially love Infinifactory, but the problem I have with it is that if you make a mistake in a solution, like partway through, you end up having to disassemble large parts of your machine frequently. And so this one is... These games are a lot cooler when you deal with them for that reason. So here's the thing. I need to pivot on a different axis. Let me just try to figure this out. If I'm here... Okay, that could work. So I could grab this from here and then drop it here, because then I'd be pivoting around that. Okay, there we go. We're going to do that. So new rules. We come here, we then extend out, we grab that, and in fact, what I'm going to do is rotate it this way. We'll rotate it around this way. And then I'll do one... wait a second. Will that work or will that break? I just want to see what happens. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Rotate back. And release. And then extract. And then just like X. Oh, wait a second. Delete. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, can't hit myself. So before I need to do this, I need to move the whole thing along one. Push that out. And then after I rotate, I need to pull it back in. And then I need to release it, extract. And then at this point, my first one, number 3, needs to grab, push forwards, release, retreat, retreat. Okay, let's see how that's working. Not what I had in mind, right? I actually got that completely wrong, didn't I? Because I didn't need to rotate that back. I just needed to rotate it. So hold on, rotate, rotate. I don't need that, right? And so actually it needs to extend and do 2 rotations, and I don't need that rotation, right? And that puts that in the right place. So then at this point, I should be moving this here, here, here. And so now I should have the full thing. So I then should be able to rotate it around to here. So wait, we should be holding it here. So I should rotate it this way. And then release it. And let's just delete this for now and see what happens. So that's push, push, release. And actually, I think I can push these over one more cycle. So at this point, we've got it. Release, rotate, release. Bound atoms may not be moved in 2 different directions at once. I thought I had released that drop instruction. I think I need to move this backwards before I start to rotate this, right? Uh-huh. Okay, that's how this needs to go. So this needs to rotate again. And then we need reset instructions, and I'm going to put resets on all of these. Let's see what happens. There we go. There we go. Making... I don't even remember what this is, but at least I've got it working. That was a total middle-of-the-road solution there. Area is 26. I mean, at least I'm beating my friend. My one friend on Steam. Airship fuel, thank you. I knew it was airship fuel. What was it actually made of? I'm curious. Simple enough. Now the Van Tassen airship can take to the skies. Again. Sure, as long as we can find someone to pilot. Doesn't seem too complicated. How about me? How about Captain Gelt or Frederick? That's a disturbing thought. Maybe we should pretend the airship is still out of fuel. Ha! Let's make some precision machine oil. We'll come back. Are these the 4 classical elements we're working with here? Yes, they are. So let me just show you this in a minute. What is it now? Apparently Armand arranged for Frederick to go on a date with a young lady from another house. Oh dear. And now I have to make some machine oil. Because the young lady from the other house really likes her oil. For the observatory, Frederick tried to take her there, but everything was rusted solid. No, he doesn't need oil, he needs WD-40. Even better, Clara the young lady is from House Soria. He was probably hoping to prove our observatory is just as good as theirs, because that's how I impress the ladies, is with my awesome astronomy and observatory, right? Oh, she must have been tremendously impressed all around. Solve this puzzle to continue. I'm going to go back to these things and optimize them. So yeah, if you look at the elements, this is the common ones. So what you have is more life and death. You have air, water, earth, and fire. And then in the middle you have salt. So you'll have an icon that can change one of these elements into salt. And then over here you have quicksilver, which can be used to transform lead into tin to iron, copper, silver, gold, right? So there we go. Everything around us is made from combinations of a small number of underlying elements. By studying these elements and their transmutations, the alchemist learns to understand the workings of the universe itself. Asmodeus. Yeah, Asmodeus. Yeah. So, we have elemental lead, we have quicksilver, we have water. So what do we need from this? We have, okay, let me just see. This is tin. So to make tin, I need to take the lead and the quicksilver, and you need to transform them with the glyph of projection. Okay. So yeah, let me just see what I can do. I guess, you know, if I'm going to do my usual trick, I could do this, right? And then this, once it's done, can be grabbed by this, right? Let's see if I can make this, like... So wait, this rotates, they don't touch, right? Yes, exactly. WD-40. Nobody ever speaks about the first ones, the failed ones. Okay, I don't think that's going to be the best way to do this, but I just thought that might be cool. If only real chemistry worked like this. Yeah, absolutely, right? I think I'm going to have like a piston come in and grab this because I can't figure out how to make that go fast enough. Let's just use a simple one. It'll be much easier. So when this is done, I need it somewhere that it will be within range of this, right? So if I put like a handle there, it could hit both of those. So actually that would be the logical one there. So I could put a thing here that grabs both of these. But actually, if I'm going to do that, I might as well put that there, right? Bing, bing. And then we can pop in the last piece at the last minute, right? So what you do is put this here. So let's make the lead first, right? So number 1 does grab, rotate, release, right? And number 2 does grab, rotate, and then just wait. Actually, no, it can release, and then it can rotate back, and it can wait. So this one, it has to rotate back, then it has to grab, rotate, rotate, release, and reset. So that should make the lead. Oh, wrong. This one, after releasing, needs to go back. Thank you. So once this is complete, this one needs to come in and grab it, right? So here, it can rotate, and it can grab. And as soon as this is dropped, I wonder, can I rotate and rotate? And then release? Let's see what happens there. Oh, that was wrong. Oh, shoot, I'm doing it the wrong way. Why am I forgot. I was thinking I was making gold. I don't know. I'm thinking clearly too far ahead of myself here. So actually, this could do that there. Meanwhile, yeah, both of these things can now repeat their pattern, right? Once this moves out of the way, once this is begin its move, I can do this again. Actually, I could do this right here. Why is it rotating? Why is it continuing? Okay, so we've got this, we go back, grab, rotate, release. And that should have these two in the middle. And finally, what I'm going to do is use one of the... I'll just do a piston or something here, I guess. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh no, once again, I've made that... Duh, I keep thinking this is my bonding system, but it's not. I'm such a numpty. I keep getting this wrong. Ah. This is like bad that I keep getting this wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to need to do is we'll rotate this here. It'll bond to that, right? Right, okay. That's what we'll do. Okay. I'm getting my head in a tizzy. Let's see. So I'm going to do this. drop instruction. So actually we can get rid of this. This should be the release. We'll get rid of this stuff. So that should bond one half. But in fact, as soon as that bond happens, instead of doing a release, we should rotate the thing 180 degrees. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Right? So we'll do spin it around this. Actually, no, we don't need to spin it all the way. I'm going to instead rotate it that way. And then we'll release. And then I'm going to rotate, grab, rotate. And that should bond. But of course, down here, before this thing gets here, I need this thing to push the stuff in there, right? So yeah, this goes here. We'll just slide it in. So this will push it out. Grab, push, push, release, retreat, retreat. See how this one does. Aha! Oh man, why is that thing rotating? What? How do I adjust these dead instructions? I need to add weights. Oh, crap! Ah, crap. It's funny to watch they get stuck in stuff that seems obvious and then having genius breakthroughs on things you spent forever on. Yeah, I know. I love Shenzhen IO. Okay, let's try this. So there, what I need to do now is release. And meanwhile, as this thing is rotating up, this arm should be extending again. And then grabbing. And then retreating and then releasing. And then retreating. And we should make sure everything gets reset, right? This needs to reset. Let's see how this works. Well, that's nice. This is going to be terrible. What's the longest time I ever spent figuring out one of the answers for Shenzhen IO? Or for this one? I mean, I'll tell you that I spent like an hour and a half on some of the Avalon puzzles in Shenzhen IO. And this one, I don't know how close I'm going to get. I definitely could go a little better in terms of time. I'm just like looking at this. It's kind of hypnotic to watch this. See, there's all this area here that's used that I wish wasn't. So, you know, I could cut down on the area, incidentally, now I think about it. So we'll do this instead. So that'll cut down my area. It won't cut down my execution time, I don't think. So yeah, number 4, let's just erase this again. The very first thing it does is grab, push, release, retreat, right? And so this thing rotates around this way. And that's actually fine because it means that it covers stuff that's already there. So after it's hit released, so I need to move this thing forwards and then grab, and then forwards, and then release, and then reset. Let's try this now. See if that improves on the area. Oh, damn it. Really? So I need to push this in here somehow. I mean, I guess I could do that. And that way, at least it would be out of the way. It would reduce the area used, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I thought there would be. Yeah, collisions. So I need to do this. Rotate. Extend. Release, retreat. Let's try that. Yeah, I wonder if that improves on my area. Yeah, these ones get covered, which is, you know... Ugh. Best is... So I did actually improve on it. A little. Okay, so no. So that has to transition to that side as well. I mean, I guess what I could do... Extra cycles for space. You know what? Like, this... So we've always got this stuff coming in from this side. This is the thing. If I could get it to come in on the other side... If I could move it out the way temporarily... Oh, no, I can't do that, can I? Have the middle arm retract before... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Aiden Serenity, for your generous tipping. It is definitely appreciated. I'm sure... You know, it's awesome, seriously. I'm glad that people participate in this. And I'm loving this game. Extra cycles. What do I fix here? Night Aiden, seriously, thanks. Thanks for showing up. You know what they say, showing up is like half the battle, right? You know, one thing I might be able to do to reduce space is this. So that way I actually save part of the thing, because... Yeah, see, this is going to reduce area, so I just need to change one. It does grab, and then the rotation is in this direction. Swap my rotations. Let's see if that works. Oh no, that doesn't work. Clearly, because I'm an idiot. Let's do this then. Let's see if that works. Swap my rotations. This one, this one, this one. See if I can get away with it. Ah! Darn. Need to let this thing finish first, right? I wonder if this can actually even rotate that out of there without breaking. Now I'm curious. So hold on. The grab and this rotate needs to wait a cycle for this thing to rotate out. I do have enough time to do that, so let's try that. No, I guess I cannot escape from that. I could use tracks. I need to learn how to use tracks. Actually, that one's probably fine, right? This one here gets moved in. Ah, forget it. I'll just put this back down here. So where were we? This one needs to rotate back, 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 back. There, that's not so bad. So, the area is 19 now. I got a long way to go to make this work. Continue editing. So part of the design flaw here, I think what I should do instead is have this here, right? And have this just push the element in. Oh, but wait a second. We need some way to push this into the completion, right? Oh well, so much for that concept. Swap the positions and the elements on the arm. It's all very possible. Can I do that? Like have a thing here that sits in and just exists to push that, or do these collide? Yeah. Hold on, I just want to see what area is used. So like these two things are just because this bit touches them, right? If number 1 arm was a piston, would you even need number 4? Wait, number 1 here? Yeah, I don't think the mechanisms have an issue with colliding, right? I don't know. Arm 3 is taking a lot of space. It is. It's knocking all these ones. Sorry, number 3, you mean? Yeah, number 3 is taking a lot of space? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, just trying to figure out if there's a way to make the bonding happen better, faster, smaller. So we have number 3, and it does this rotation around here as responsible for rotating the whole blob. But if you have a piston here that goes down and grabs it and pulls it back, it wouldn't be able to put the stuff... I guess it could rotate and do that. Yeah, that might work. Okay, let's try replacing this with a piston, right? So we got to completely re-coordinate the whole thing now, you understand, right? And in fact, I think we could get rid of this. Put this here, because this could rotate around the outside. Yeah, if we're going for area, I think this may be a better solution. Okay, so now we got to completely rewrite this entire thing. So what happens is these things get released, and this moves stuff in. Okay, so I'm going to push forwards. I could actually start it here. Let's do that. Start it there. Push forwards. These are released. So as these things move out of the way, I push in, and then I grab, and then I reverse. reverse, and that puts me here, and then I release. But you know, in the meantime, what I should do, before I've done any of this, I should have started here and dropped that into that spot, right? So the first thing this should do is grab, and then rotate, and then release. And so that means I need to spend a bit of time fixing this, because I've dropped this here, and now I need to rotate, extend, and this is where I can grab the first part, right? And once I've grabbed that, these ones could do the next one. So we've dropped this here. And so what I'll do is I'll then rotate, I release this, rotate in this direction, grab it, and then 1, 2, 3, and then release, and then rotate back, and now I need to do the extend twice, grab, pull back, and then push, and then release, and then reset. This is where it's like, I think everything's going to work now. Let's see what happens. Oh man, that thing was too slow. Okay, okay. You guys can shift over one time unit. Beautiful, huh? Did I make a stupid mistake here? Oh no, that's it. Yes. Area is 14. See, just a little bit of thinking, right? And there's only one extra area that is being used. So now the question is, can I make that one extra area do something useful? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now I feel like I've done something good, because at least I've managed to win on terms of area. I think I'm up with the pros here. Okay, let's accept that. Return to the menu. Frederick's dates at the observatory ought to go better now. Maybe he and Clara could have a do-over. What does that mean? I don't think it works like that. Yes, I know. I've had this problem. If you try to impress ladies with your astronomical equipment and it's all rusty, they don't give you a second chance. Do you see any other choices? For Clara, I believe House Colvin has a young man around Frederick's age. Maybe that's what Armand is trying to prevent. No, quite likely. Pity he has only Frederick to work with. It's like Crusader Kings with chemistry. One can only play the game with the pieces one has. So we get gardens. Let's read about this. Oh, oh my god, there's a mini game in it. Oh, Zachtronics games, they always have these games that make me pull my hair out. See why I have no hair. We are playing Opus Magnum. You never played Sigmar's Garden? I thought everybody knew this game. You put the marbles in a certain pattern, and marbles isn't what these are. They're elemental proxies. Glass spheres that represent various types of atoms. Little glass spheres are commonly known as atoms. Sorry, marbles. We never call them marbles. That's because you are a humorless alchemist, aren't you? To anyone who's not a highly trained alchemist, that's what they are. Now I'm going to teach you how to play Sigmar's Garden. Or what? Fine! Clear the board by matching marbles. You select a free marble and pick up a marble, match and clear them both from the board. A marble's only free if it has 3 connected open spaces next to it. The open spaces have to be next to each other. Luckily, spaces off the board count as empty spaces. The 4 cardinal elements match with others of their type with this, or with a salt. You can also match a salt with another salt. Vita and Mors will only match with their opposite. And the metals match with Quicksilver, but you can only match them in the order of their transmutation. What? My god, oh, this is going to be awful. Win a game to continue. Oh, so at least it's showing which ones I can take down. Let's take that. And... Oh, we don't have... Hold on. I forget which one's which. Oh, it's reminding me. There we go. So I guess we have to match these because this is the only option. Great. I'll match these and then try matching these. Okay, now I have to match the opposites. Oh, sorry. Now wait a second. Assault matches with assault, right? And there was it. You can only match them in the order of their transmutation from lead to gold. So basically, lead and tin can match, iron and tin can match. Or is it that I have to do them in sequence? So I have to find lead right now to match. Okay, that worked. So the next thing I'm looking for is tin and quicksilver, which I actually have. What's this again? Oh, that's iron. Good. Well, I guess I'll match two of these red ones. And that's quicksilver again. Iron and quicksilver. And that's copper. Okay. You just managed to put my first satellite into geostationary orbit using Principia and Realism Overhaul. You feel happy. You know what? Ciderman, you should feel ecstatic because geostationary orbit is hard work. Okay, these two. Have I locked myself into a corner now? Or can I do that? No, I can match stuff with salts. That's good to know. And no, life and death. Okay, getting there. Let me just see what I can match. If I take this out, then it should match that. Okay, good. Wait a second. The four. Okay, so I'm basically stuck. Nothing matches. Oh, man. Game over. New game. Okay. I'm going to beat this thing. Of course, I had that issue with the Mahjong game in the thing. The solitaire, right? That was one. Oh, this is an interesting thing. So I guess what I got to do is look for the things that will unlock the largest number of threes. Nice. We're getting a lot of death here. Not a lot of other stuff. And I think I've already hit game over, right? Thank you. Well, here's me thinking I understood the game, and clearly I didn't. Okay, let's start with these. Okay, here's lead and quicksilver. Good. And we have a lot of life floating around now. I want more life. Okay. Thank you. So now we need to use one of the salts. So if I use... this one and this one. That at least gets these two visible. And now we have a life and a death that can match up. Oh, that's good. Bringing forth the matches. Okay, and then Quicksilver. I wish it would tell us what one was what. I guess we'll do these again. Oh, I thought that would actually open something up, but it didn't. Okay, we have... no, we don't have life and death, but we have this. We have this and Quicksilver. We have life and death. We have that and that. That's the best option here. No, we need to match up. Well, it's good that we have these salts here, because we can match these with stuff. So if I take this salt and match it against this, then... Excellent. Oh, yes! Fun, isn't it? I'm not sure it's fun. I hope there's no achievement for completing the game like 99 times. Okay, fun, isn't it? This is not at all how alchemy works. The cardinal elements, for example. It's an amusement. When we were children, we used to sneak in here and play it when the alchemist was away. What? You were totally unsupervised near the transmutation engine? We only used the marbles. Calm yourself. They're not marbles! They're representations of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. There are also little glass spheres. If I flick one at you... Ah! Stop it! You can't play with delicate equipment like this. You're far cheaper than the rest of your kit, you know, being that they are marbles. I'll appreciate if you didn't treat them so casually. Well, we did it for years, really. I had no idea about Sigmar's Garden. Not at all. Why would the university bother to teach something so frivolous? Win game, 10 games to continue. Hell no. Okay. Do you know exactly how old Armand is? Both he and the lady are rather advanced in age, and Frederick is the only possible heir. As Armand's only surviving grandson, he would be difficult to oppose. There are some other claimants from distant branches of the family, but they are weak. What brought this on? Promise not to tell anyone, but I was asked to make a tonic to assist in regulating an irregular heartbeat. Oh, Armand, I hope he's set up everything for an orderly succession of power after he's gone. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I do intend to keep him healthy. Solve this puzzle to continue. Ooh, complicated. We have oh, so this is nice. You actually have reagents. But we need to somehow bond on some life. So hold on. Like, that would be a logical one. Okay, so let's just build like a fast one here, right? I think we could do that. And I could do... Oh, wait a second. I would do that there. I just want to think, if I slide this along this way... Oh. Rotate that. So I could slide everything through here. Oh, but you know what? I bet you I don't have anything that's long. Actually, I could use a track here, couldn't I, right? Although I only have one of these. Yay for tracks. That's right. Tracks are my jam. D's my jams. Let's try this. So let's just program this thing. It's going to have to put two of these things down, and it's going to take a long time to do it. There we go. I just noticed this is a literally a saline solution with Vitae in it. You mean it's water, right? Is that what it is? It's salt and distilled water. Yeah, it's salt water. It's kind of cool. But actually, the whole thing, I believe, is distilled water, right? So this is the water element, and these are the salts. So the question I'm trying to figure out is the best way to... Oh, you know what? I can't reach that. Where can I put this? What I need to do is put a salt there and a salt there. Although I don't need the bonding to happen at exactly the same time. So if I extend this thing by 1 notch, right? Let me just think about this. Oh. I'll just do that. If I put that there, that's where this needs to go, right there. So first one, it grabs it, F, and then it rotates, release, rotates, and then grabs, and then rotates, and then goes forward, releases, backwards, rotate. And that puts it back to the start spot, right? Now, in the meantime, this thing has to grab it, and then it has to move plus, so it has to move G. So then it's got to wait there until this thing has released this, right? So it drops the instruction, and then it can start moving one more slot. And then again, wait for it to release it, and then move slot, and that should put it in the right place, and then release, and then reset, where we go backwards. So T. I mean, that's the full on thing. Let's try this. Oh! This thing needs to wait, okay? So this thing can wait a bit. Ha! There you go. How simple is that? It's obviously not simple at all, right? We're adding life to this solution. I would rotate the reagent around the slot to the bottom left of the reagent. So, obviously, very not efficient solution, but whatever. We've got some improvements. We can make a lot of improvements here. Oh, man. I should do it. One healthy-ish patriarch for the Van Tassens, as ordered. Long live the patriarch, Armand. Long life, I guess. You don't seem particularly enthusiastic. I do think it's good if he stays alive. After all, he pays for everything around here. You do well to show a little more appreciation. Stamina! A little boost at the necessary time. A little boost at the necessary time is how he's put it. Who put what? Armand is worried about Frederick. Righty so, I would say. Particularly he wonders if Frederick will be able to produce an heir. Aha! I'm going to make him a potion that will give him a boost at the necessary time. It's not so unusual, really. Stamina potions have long been used for such purposes. It's not making it that's the issue for me. It's thinking about it. You should know better than to use your imagination on cases like this. Oh boy. Okay, so we gotta make one of these. So I kind of like the idea. Let me just see. Oh, this is backwards there. If I rotate this, there we go. Aha! Yes, I know what. Look, I got a great plan here. Look. This will grab and then rotate and then release. And then it'll rotate back, right? And then as soon as this is done, we'll have a shorter one here. Oh, god darn it. I keep forgetting that these things are... Actually, that's not so bad, right? So that's where I wanted to go. I keep putting these things down thinking that it's going to do the bonding, but that's not what's going to happen here, is it? So that goes there, right? Caxosphere has just subscribed because he's an amazing individual. That's really all I can say on this front. It must be an amazing individual to have subscribed. So I think what I'm going to do is use this to grab it and pull it over one notch. And this can then maybe rotate around. Might not be the way I want it to go, but maybe I'll do this. No, that's not going to work. Put this. Yeah, I could do that. Okay. So I need something to push the stuff in here, right? So I can get it out. So hold on. So I'm hoping that'll work. It'll grab that and then we'll push something in there. This will have to... Wait a second. This whole thing will rotate, right? Let me just step this to... Oh, yeah, that's not... Okay, so it can't move through those. Okay, so I can't do that. Now, here's a good question. Can I... Let's just put the other thing here. What is it we need? Oh, we need to make a... What is that thing in the middle? Look at the elements. It is iron. So we need to actually have a thing assembling iron out of lead and quicksilver. So I need to have one. I wish I had like one of my little things for doing this. Glyph of projection. Okay, so put lead here. Put that in, and then we need something to put quicksilver in. So what we'll do here is grab, rotate, release, back, grab, rotate, release, back, and then we'll just wait. On number 3, we are going to grab, extend, and then we just got to wait until this here. And then once I've got this, once it's released, I can go rotate, 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 and then extend twice. And then that's me got part of the thing. So the problem is I can't rotate it in place. So I think what I'll do is I'll rotate it, and then I'll try spinning it 3 times around. Let's see what happens if I do that. I'm really curious. Ah, this thing will have to rotate around the other way. Man, that's going to be awful. Actually, this thing here, now I think about it, we could make this a little more compact here. Okay. In fact, this thing here is a lousy design. This is a terrible design. It just needs like a pusher. Just use a piston that kind of slots it into place at the right moment, right? So number 4, what it does, this one here, we can toss this. It grabs, extends, it extends, and it releases. Back, back. And then as we're coming up for this, I don't even know if it needs this. I'm going to delete this. Slide the whole thing across. So while this is rotating, we don't want this nearby. But as soon as this is finished rotating, we shall grab this about here, right? So we'll grab and then forward, forward. And then that should be bonded. And then we need a place that we can actually ditch it, right? To get it out of here. I think that will collide if I let that happen, right? But if I do that, it might be able to get away with it. Forward, forwards. Let's wait a second. Forward, forwards. This should release it now, actually. So now we've released this. Now we've got this. This thing should reset. That'll do that. And this one, so we're holding it. So what we've got to do is rotate it this way once. And we'll be facing this way. So now, actually we're facing like that. So we need to rotate it this way twice. And then release. And then reset. Okay, let's see how far this gets now. Brilliant! When do I make Aqua Regia? Thankfully we don't make that stuff because it is scary, nasty stuff. This thing is going to be huge. Look at the area involved. I am like, at least my cost is kind of on the low end. Hope Frederick enjoys that potion. Ugh. Armand must believe Frederick's marriage is close at hand. Really? Really? Will it be the young lady from House Soria? I was just speculating. How exciting the city would celebrate for days the union of House Van Tassen and House Soria. As provisioner, you'd have a lot of work to do. Yes, but it would be for a wedding. It would be quite fun. You arrange the party on the streets. I arrange the party in the sheets. Oh, man. That's pretty hilarious. I know I can totally compact stuff a bit more. Oh, dear. Yes, well. An act of aggression. That's when I decided we need to reinventory everything in the building. You should have seen the look on Armand's face. Anatias, are you paying attention? That answers the question. What? You're moping. I am not moping. I'm merely dejected. And what has the great alchemist of House Van Tassen so moodily dejected? Nothing. I mean, I'm thinking about why I'm here. You're here because you're our alchemist. I mean in the larger sense. The alchemist is here, isn't he? Captain Gelt, what can I do for you? Your presence is required in the main hall. It's a matter of some urgency. What happened? An aggressive move from another house has taken us by surprise. We need to respond immediately. My alchemy is at your disposal. You sound almost excited. I am. Finally, something significant is happening. Fight! That's great. I could probably go back to the other chapters though, because I was kind of like, of course, I want to edit this a little, because this rotation was a bit silly here. So, oh, there. Oh man, let's move that. That's where it is, right? We can get rid of these rotations. Like this. Let's see if that works a bit better. I can totally compact this design a whole lot. Yeah, wow. I'm just looking at this thing down here. I got it down to 54. I'm gonna have to get to bed soon. Looks like you can pull your iron engine in by one as well. You think so? Well, what I was thinking is I could take the whole engine. If there was a way to move it and rotate it, that would be really nice. Oh, there is. I wonder. I think that might work, right? And that might make it slightly more compact because it means that we'll be running over space that's available. And then this, oh. Oh, wait a second. Well, that's marginally more compact. I'm not sure that's really going to help me. Okay. I think moving it one closer will result in it getting bumping when it rotates, right? Because it needs room to move the thing around, doesn't it? Because these things have to make it through. Has to make it through this space. I'm not now I'm looking at it, I'm not sure this will make it through. But let's see if we can compact it just a bit. So what do we say? Number 2 needs to grab, needs to rotate, needs to release, needs to revert, needs to grab, needs to rotate, needs to release, right? Let's see how that works. Ah, rotates the wrong way. Okay. And actually this thing here, we can shrink the area down by pulling it back first, right? So number 1, instead of immediately rotating, we should grab this, slide it over, and then we should issue a retract order, rotate it around, 1, 2, 3, and then grab this, slide it over one, and issue an extend order. So we now need to shift this 2 units over. 1, 2. Oh, it can't retract over that. Darn. Yeah, I guess it just needs to do the full rotation, right? Okay, so this thing, how about I do it like this? Okay, once again, let's modify to grab, rotate back. Let's see how that works. And actually, let's just remove this. So we need to shrink this up again. We need to shrink this one more. And we need to shrink these 2 more. Yeah, it won't let me rotate that way. It's too, I mean, yeah, let's just rotate this the other way. I thought that would shrink down the footprint, but I'm not really working so much. Yeah, that rotates. Yeah, here's me thinking that would shrink things down, but instead I managed to break my design. That's fantastic. Well, that was an interesting evening of nothing. I'm gonna say goodnight. Gonna say goodnight for serious, for reals, for reals, for reals. Yeah, we are gonna be back some other time. Until then, I'm Scott Manley. Come to me. Why isn't the Apple Store open yet? I don't know. Seriously, peace out, dudes. Go and buy your iPhone X's, because I know that I'm not going to be buying one until they come into the employee store. Yeah. See you guys. Fly safe.